Hello viewers, welcome to IMC Television. Today we take a look at the role of IMC and ICMCI in fostering professionalism. This video is based solely on policy documents of the International Council of Management Consulting Institutes. The purpose of the ICMCI organization is to 1. Enhance the flow of information between the existing national certifying bodies of management consultants in order to increase knowledge of the process, encourage assistance between institutes, and improve the process of certification throughout the world. 2. Elevate the standards of management consultants worldwide while increasing the acceptance of management consulting as a respected profession. 3. Encourage the networking of management consultants across national boundaries, thus improving the free flow of information and developing a greater cooperative spirit among countries. 4. Encourage reciprocity between institutes with recognized universal standards and adherence to an international code of professional conduct. Admission to the institute is open to the certifying body of any country which 1. Is a legal entity and has been in existence for 4 years or more. 2. Is a recognized national professional organization or independent management consultants and is formally committed to maintaining the highest professional standards among its members. 3. Has a formal certification or registration process. 4. Has a code of professional conduct. 5. Has a governing council committee prepared and empowered to affirm on behalf of its members support for the aims and objectives of ICMCI and agreement in principle to such international standards, definitions, codes, guidelines, etc., as may be agreed from time to time by the International Council. At the ICMCI conference in Vienna in June 1996, the results of a survey of members and associate countries, conducted by Australia, were presented. The results did not only illustrate the extent to which CMC has become the international standard in management consulting, but also identified interpretations of CMC among members. Completed surveys were received from 21 countries including Nigeria. Data was not received from Malaysia, Poland or from new members like Bangladesh, Germany, Indonesia, Norway and the Philippines. This survey showed that CMC is widely used by ICMCI members, most adopting it over the last 2 to 4 years. Canada and United States of America were the first to use the CMC, however. Among the countries using CMC, 14 still do not have a specific policy covering its use and application. All member countries, apart from Malaysia which is currently reviewing the introduction of CMC, require a university degree or equivalent educational qualification. In the case of Australia, Canada, Denmark, France, Ireland, Switzerland and the United Kingdom, individuals without a degree, but with at least 8 years management consulting, may be considered for initial membership of their institutes. The experience is that candidates requesting consideration on these grounds are few, and must have exceptionally strong claims to convince chapter membership committees of their ability to meet the admission standards. All countries require the individual to have prior management consulting experience to become a CMC. In most cases this is set at 3 years, but India, Netherlands and Switzerland require 5 years and Austria 2 years. Full-time consulting is defined by most countries as between 800 to 200 client-related hours per year. There is wide variation for determining CMC admission, with a preference for peer interviews. There are only 3 countries using examination alone, 7 using an interview alone, and a further 6 using both examination and interview. The most usual additional requirements for attaining CMC are client references and assignment summaries. India and Singapore require the consultant to be of a certain age. The USA uses aggregate points system, based on education, work experience, assignment summaries, and professional activities, to determine eligibility to attend a CMC ethics examination and certification panel interview. The survey indicated that some countries do not actively promote the CMC mark or brand name. Austria, Canada, France and Malaysia have legislation or regulatory framework to govern professional registration, including the management consulting profession. Canada and Austria use the CMC concept to signify competency. In Australia, Individuals are graded permanently as CMC, but must reapply annually for a practicing certificate, which is only issued if they have practiced full-time as a management consultant in the preceding year, undertaken a specified amount of approved continuing education, and remained financial members of their local state chapter. If they fail to meet these criteria, they are recorded on the membership database as non-practicing certified management consultants. It is evident from the data that most countries and associates of ICMCI have adopted CMC as the standard for identifying experienced individuals practicing as professional management consultants who are members of their country's institute. There are a number of conclusions which may be drawn from the survey. These are: 1. CMC is actively accepted and used by most ICMCI members as an international standard to signify experienced management consultants. 2. There are policy statements in only 6 countries to reinforce CMC, and these are generally based on ICMCI policy. 3. The criteria for attainment of CMC have several common elements, such as minimum education and experience, but vary in terms of additional criteria. 4. There is clearly no agreed approach to the use of exams, peer interview panels, client references, or assignment summaries to assess certified management consultants. There is the very real prospect of a parochial bias for admission as a CMC, in the absence of an agreed approach for assessment. 5. There is an unresolved dichotomy between those countries promoting a strong regulatory framework to control the consulting profession versus others who prefer to rely on the marketplace as the regulator. 6. There are few guidelines and considerable scope for improvement in the use and promotion of the CMC trademark and brand. To ensure international protection, the majority of countries need to trademark or register the CMC. Arising from the above findings and conclusions, the ICMCI took certain decisions at the 1997 Cape Town Congress designed to usher in a regime of common approaches and practices that can increase adherence to common standards. These are: 1. That with immediate effect, the governing boards of member institutes should adopt the ICMCI Code of Ethics and integrate same into the codes of their respective national institutes. All member institutes have already complied. 2. To develop and adopt a uniform body of knowledge, UBK. A lot of work has been done in this area. A UBK committee was set up at the Cape Town Congress. It submitted a report at the GOA working session in November 1998. The report has been adopted for implementation. 3. Minimum standards have been set for the CMC designation. A degree or equivalent level of training plus suitable experience is required. Exceptionally, consultants without a degree but with minimum of 8 years in consulting position may be admitted. 4. Only one single national institute in each country is accredited to grant the CMC. The IMC is the body so accredited in Nigeria. 5. National institutes are to seek legal protection through legislation or copyright registration of the CMC mark. The IMC is nearly there. Our application to register the CMC as a trademark has been approved. 6. To increase the global significance, recognition, and visibility of the CMC qualification, the ICMCI is spearheading the formation of consulting institutes in countries that do not have one. The IMC of Nigeria is mentoring the initiatives in Tanzania, Kenya, Sierra Leone, Zambia, and Hong Kong. 7. Continuing education has been adopted by member institutes for revalidation of the CMC qualification. Most members revalidate after 12 months. Others have variations ranging from 2 to 3 years. The plan is to get all members to adopt 2 months. 8. Minimum of 800 consulting hours has been adopted by member institutes for revalidation as CMC. That's it, viewers, for this episode as we delve into the role of IMC and ICMCI. Stay tuned for more insightful episodes in this series. If you found value in this video, show your support by liking, subscribing, and sharing your thoughts in the comment section below. Click the link to watch our next video, What Should a Consultant Be Competent in? Until next time.